wrong girl.
The cops arrive just 3 minutes later, and in that short time, the situation has escalated beyond all recognition.
Ma'am! Taser. I don't have a taser, man. I don't have a taser. She's covered in blood? Yes.
When they get there, it's not Angie who greets them, but a naked woman, the suspected intruder, fleeing the scene. She's covered in blood.
Taser. Get down!
Contact CMR.
Get down! I said don't fucking go! You understand me? No one's gonna shoot you.
Curious neighbors are coming out to see what's going on.
Step back, sir! No!
The woman who came stumbling out of the house wasn't who officers expected. She was naked, covered head to foot in blood, and largely incoherent, repeating fragments that made no sense to anyone trying to calm her down. Getting her under control took a taser, several officers, and several minutes, while neighbors were already gathering outside to watch. Just before midnight on September 6, 2022, Angie Moore had called 911 to report a woman breaking into her house outside Waco, Texas. She told the dispatcher the woman was already inside, and that she had a gun and might have to use it.
The number for Lacy Lake View Police Department is saved in her phone. She was scared of something, and that something came looking for her that very night. Just before midnight, she called 911 to report a woman trying to break into her house.
Get out! She's coming in my house! I'm gonna have to shoot her! I'm gonna have to...
She Filipinos in her house and she's getting ready to shoot her. I don't have any more talk from her. It's gone dead.
The call went dead before anyone could confirm what happened next. When officers arrived roughly 3 minutes later, Angie wasn't the one who met them at the door. Angie Melissa Moore was 45 years old, reportedly worked in veterinary care, and was a single mother raising a 13-year-old son. She was well known in Waco, and by every account from people who knew her, well liked.
Right now.
This is the home of 45-year-old Angie Melissa Moore, a vet tech and a single mother to a 13-year-old boy. She loves animals and has a vibrant social life.
Full of life and always had a smile and could always bring a smile to everyone around her.
Born and bred in Waco, she's well liked and a respected face in the community. There's no reason.
She had the direct number for the Lacy Lake View Police Department saved in her phone because the woman outside her house that night wasn't a stranger. It was 51-year-old Cynthia Ming, her neighbor, and someone Angie had reportedly been in conflict with for years.
It emerges that the neighbor watching the arrest isn't just rubbernecking. His name is Michael, and he identifies the woman on the ground as 51-year-old Cynthia Ming, his wife.
I'm complying.
Okay, stand up, Cynthia. Stand up.
You're good, I promise. I will comply.
Okay, come on, Cynthia.
Let's go.
Hey.
Cynthia's husband, identified at the scene as Michael Hood, tried repeatedly to approach the officers and find out what was happening. He was kept back.
Michael, I'm gonna need you to go in the house, bro. Just go in the house, bro, okay? Well, it's not that, Michael. There's just stuff going on right now, bro. I know you want to know what's going on. I have no problem talking to you, Mike. But let me do this real quick, bro, okay?
I am not interfering at all.
Well, you can stay in your yard, just don't get in the way. Can you promise me that? No, I'm just saying, can you promise me that you won't? Okay. Mike, I'm not going to say much right now, brother, because it's still a very active investigation, okay? I mean, I know, not trying to be rude, not trying to be disrespectful to you, but I still have to make sure I cover my grounds, okay? It's still very active.
Meanwhile, the front door of Angie's house was locked, and officers had to force their way inside. They found Angie on the floor, bleeding from wounds to her chest and head. Officers began CPR immediately and radioed for medical support.
The front door is locked, so the officers have to break it down.
Entry's being made to 425 Whispering. Entry's being made. Is she 10-4 in there? Huh? No. We need AMR here. We have a victim. It's possibly going to be the resident of 425. Has she got stab wounds?
We don't know yet.
Okay, stay with her, Rod. Look at her. Look at her injuries.
We need to clear the house first.
Look for a pulse. We'll check the house, Rod. Just stay with her.
Angie!
Room's clear.
23.
Back room's clear.
All right, the other end's clear.
Okay.
AMR is 1 priority.
Miss Angie.
I'm gonna step it up.
We need AMR here now. We have a stabbing victim.
10-4, they're coming.
Okay, so keep on that pulse. Keep on that pulse, man. And start looking for the wound. Start trying to plug that wound. Get us some towels.
39 available.
It's a light.
Here, stay the light. I'm gonna get the towels. I just got towels in here. Start trying to plug those wounds. Look for blade.
I'm plugging one. I don't know where the other.
Okay, start getting tourniquets.
It's on their chest.
It's on her chest.
Then just plug it.
Yeah, just plug that wound.
You got a chest plug? You got a chest plug?
Okay.
They find Angie on the floor, bleeding out from a wound in her chest and her head.
Scene secure. Scene secure. We're good. We cleared the house.
Scene secure. We need AMR here now inside the house.
10-4, they've been updated. They're en route. They're coming.
Poor lady. I cannot believe this.
20 minutes later at 12:31 a.m., she was declared dead at the scene.
Yeah, I kicked the door down. They asked me to kick the door, and I kicked it down, and she was standing right down the ground, and we started working on her right away.
I appreciate you, dude.
No, you're fine.
Did they call it?
Not yet. They're about to. We've been working on her for 20 minutes, no pulse, no nothing, so.
Angie isn't breathing. They've arrived too late to save her. At 12:31 a.m.,
What had happened inside that house took investigators most of the night to reconstruct, and what Cynthia told them shifted almost every time she opened her mouth. In the back of the ambulance, she offered officers nothing but confusion at first. Then, unprompted, she said, "I admit I went in there and I murdered her." A short while later came something stranger, a comment that sounded almost celebratory. "This is fun, Michael. I really got to do it, man."
Yes, Miss Cynthia.
I admit I went in there and I murdered her because when Michael and I, if I can get something to drink, I'll be glad to sing like a bird.
Okay, hold on, Cynthia.
Okay.
Hold on.
Okay, I obey.
Okay, just hold on. No,
You tell me when. Done. Okay.
Okay, just
My
no.
bad.
You're fine. You're working with me. Just keep doing this, okay?
I'm good.
Okay. Well.
I just took an eye for an eye, man.
Okay.
Took my baby because when I got arrested, let her cut away and see.
Okay, Miss Cynthia, just let the ambulance take care of you.
Yes,
Okay.
I'm fine.
Okay.
Cynthia seems to have no interest in denying what she's done. She seems to be even proud of it.
This is fun, Michael. I really got to do it, man. You'll be fine. Remember. What are they going to charge you with? Nothing.
Before she was treated for a deep laceration to her leg, sustained going through Angie's window, officers ran a basic orientation check. Cynthia correctly named the city, the year, the month, and the sitting president.
Cynthia, can you tell me what city you're in right now?
Lacy Lake View.
Okay, can you tell me what year it is?
2022.
Okay, can you tell me what month we're in?
September.
Okay, and if I get you to report, how much money you get?
$1.
Okay, who's the president of now?
Joe Biden.
Whatever had happened inside that house, she was, by every measure officers had available to them that night, oriented and aware. The explanation she gave, once she began giving one centered on a dog. Cynthia told officers and hospital staff that years earlier, Angie had taken her dog, a small animal named Dory, and left her somewhere she ultimately died.
My poor little baby, he took her and killed her, so I got her back. I put some poison in 2 cans of salmon by the gate.
Her little baby.
She described the dog in detail, said she'd once helped it give birth, and framed the killing as retribution. Describing the act itself, she told an officer, "I shot that enough."
What you gotta do, because I admit it. She deserved to die. I shot that bitch and made she fell dead. Then I beat her head in with the butt. I had so much fun with my little Dory.
She seems to believe that Angie killed her dog. For that, apparently, she deserved to die, whether it's even
She fell dead. Then I beat her head in with the butt. That motive did not hold up cleanly once investigators started asking Cynthia's own family about it. A cousin, contacted during the investigation, told detectives that as far as he knew, Cynthia had never owned a dog at all.
damning.
And I know she's been out there, she's in the dope scene, she's doing some crazy shit, you know. Now, I'm gonna be straight up with you. My past ain't the best, but I ain't no killer.
Sure.
And to be honest with you, I'm gonna just lay my cards out there and y'all can run with what y'all got. This woman has been, she's a stain on the family. she is. She has stole from every member of our family that I can think of. She's always been into narcotics. At one time, she worked in a pharmacy, and she got fired for stealing narcotics from there. Her husband, Robert, I mean, she pretty much, without pulling the trigger, she put him in the grave. It's to my understanding that this woman who she has killed supposedly killed her dog. That woman's never had a dog as far as I know of.
If she never had
He also described a documented pattern of instability, including a prior termination from a pharmacy job over allegations of stolen narcotics, and a previous marriage he said had ended badly for her first husband. If the dog Cynthia described never existed, the reason she gave investigators for breaking into Angie's home with a weapon has no foundation that anyone besides Cynthia can confirm. The physical evidence, unlike the motive, was unambiguous. A gunshot residue test on Cynthia's hands came back positive, confirming she had fired Angie's own shotgun, the same weapon Angie had referenced on her final 911 call.
Right now, they don't know how Angie was killed, whether she was stabbed or shot. Beside her head, they found her own shotgun, the one she referenced on the 911 call.
I'm gonna have to shoot her!
Found her, but she was face down. We kind of cleared this area. Room was dark. That gun that you see back there, which is the one I'm assuming she said she had over there, around by the air conditioner.
Oh, the pistol.
Yep.
Investigators recovered spent shotgun shells in both the bedroom and the living room. Initial assumptions at the scene were that Cynthia's own chest wound had come from a stabbing. Forensic examination later determined it had actually been caused by the shotgun blast itself, meaning Angie had managed to fire at least once before she was overpowered.
And then comes in here, she comes through the window, and that's when the struggle with the shotgun comes. And from what I can tell, she only shot her one time, because she missed her completely. This one did not hit Cynthia. There's no way.
There's a hole in the wall on the left, apparently from a shotgun blast, and there's a spent shotgun shell on the floor in the bedroom.
Yeah, she had a bed made up on the couch over here with the remote beside her. She's probably in here. I'm thinking she heard the commotion. She comes in here, gets the shotgun, gets on 911, and supposedly you can hear the gunshots on 911. Is that right? Did they say that?
What Rodriguez was saying.
There's also a spent shell on the floor in the living room, and closer inspection reveals that Cynthia's chest wound was caused by a shotgun blast, not a stabbing.
It also emerged that Cynthia was not unknown to the officers on scene. Just hours before the killing, police had responded to an unrelated harassment complaint from Angie involving Cynthia, part of what neighbors described as an ongoing, years-long dispute. According to a responding officer, Angie had specifically accused Cynthia of calling her a dog murderer the day before the killing.
Outside, Cynthia is known to one of the officers on the scene.
I just talked to her earlier.
About she's
a suspect of another crime. We just had a criminal mischief crime like a couple hours ago. I went over here and talked to her, and she basically didn't want to talk to me. And then, so I was like, okay. I said, I probably will talk to you again about this. And then a couple hours later, this happens.
This isn't Cynthia's first run-in with the law, nor Angie's first run-in with Cynthia.
But there's been an ongoing dispute between them two.
Apparently, Cynthia's been harassing Angie for 3 years now. That's the reason Angie had the local police department's direct number in her phone. She was scared for her life.
I mean, I'd like to find out what kind of a disturbance they had over here yesterday. They had a disturbance regarding Cynthia and these people.
Earlier that day, the cops talked to Cynthia for suspected criminal mischief. It was someone else on the street who called 911.
We came to talk to her. She was being irate. She wanted to talk to us. But yesterday, I received a call from Angie here stating that Cynthia kept calling her a dog murderer.
Cynthia had declined to speak with officers when they came by that same day. Hours later, she went through Angie's bedroom window with a weapon. At the scene, investigators pieced together a rough sequence from the physical layout: a shotgun shell on the bedroom floor, a second shell in the living room, and a makeshift bed set up on the couch, where Angie appeared to have been resting when the break-in began. One investigator theorized, based on the shell locations, that Angie may have fired first from inside the bedroom and missed, before the confrontation moved into the living room. though this remained a working theory rather than a confirmed sequence. A blade with blood on it was also recovered at the scene, though investigators could not immediately confirm whether it had been used against either woman. When detectives sat her down formally the following day and read her rights, her cooperation ended. She requested a public defender and declined further questioning.
So listen to me. I want to talk to you about a couple nights ago, okay? But before I do that, I have to advise you of your rights. Because you're in custody right now, you don't have the right to leave, then I've got to advise you of your rights, okay?
Her good mood has evaporated.
If you're unable to employ a lawyer, you have the right to have a lawyer appointed to advise you prior to and during any questioning. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay, and you have the right to terminate this interview at any time. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay, with those rights in mind, do you want to talk to me about the case that I have from over in Lacy Lake View? In other words, do you want to waive your rights and talk to me right now?
No, I put in for my income for a defender. I put a public defender last night.
Okay.
She was charged with capital murder, and her defense initially signaled an intent to argue she was not guilty by reason of insanity. A forensic mental health evaluation followed. Cynthia told the evaluator she had been electrocuted by a live wire inside her own home that night, and that she remembered nothing of the killing afterward. The evaluation did not support an insanity defense.
We tried, sir.
Cynthia does have a documented history of mental disorders, but the question is whether she was sane at the time of the killing. In an interview with a mental health expert, she says she was electrocuted by a live wire in her house on that fateful night, and that afterwards she just walked around all bugged
She
out.
was found to have been legally sane at the time of the offense and fit to be held accountable for it. In December 2025, Cynthia Ming pleaded guilty to murder and accepted a 50-year sentence. She will be eligible for parole after 25 years, at which point she will be 79 years old, though prosecutors have said publicly that they consider parole unlikely given the severity of the crime.
In December 2025, she pleads guilty to murder and accepts a 50-year sentence. She'll be eligible for parole after 25 years, by which time she'll be 79. But prosecutors say it's unlikely to be granted due to the heinous nature of the murder. Luckily, Angie's 13-year-old son was staying with his grandparents that night. Who knows what might have...
Angie's 13-year-old son was staying with his grandparents the night his mother was killed. At Cynthia's sentencing, he read a poem he had written, telling her that one day she would have to answer for what she'd done before a higher authority than the court in that room.
At her sentencing hearing, her son reads a poem he wrote about Cynthia. She was Satan's puppet, and she's going to hell if she doesn't ask God for forgiveness for her sins.
What was never fully resolved is the motive Cynthia gave for it all. She has consistently pointed to a dog. Her own family says that dog may never have existed at all. The physical evidence tells you what happened inside that house. Whether it ever really started with a dog is something only Cynthia Ming can answer, and so far, she hasn't.